Point number 7, Romans 1:7 says, to all who are in Rome, beloved of God, called to be saints. Called to be saints. We, in Christ, are called to be saints. Now, we don't use that word very much in our Christian, in our church talk, whatever. Nobody has ever walked up to me and called me a saint. Nobody has asked me, are you a saint? Now, many times we use the word Christian all the time. That's how we identify ourselves. You know, what religion? Well, I'm a Christian. I go to such and such a church. That is our common vernacular. Very seldom, if ever, do we use the word saint. The word saint is in every one of Paul's epistles. Every single epistle Paul wrote, he refers to the church as saints. And this is, if we knew what the word saint means, we're not talking about like the Catholic Church elevates certain individuals because of their behavior or their charity or their ministry to the poor or whatever, and they exalt them to this place of called sainthood. We're not talking about that. That's not what Paul was talking about, and that's not what I'm talking about, and that's not what the scriptures are talking about. The word saint, which Paul uses all through his epistles, literally means to be different or unlike. To be different or unlike. Literally, otherness. Otherness. It means likeness of nature with the Lord because different from the world. Likeness of nature with the Lord because different from the world. We are called to be different. Different than this world that we live in. We are called to be different. As believers, we are called to live different, act different, look different, think different, talk different in comparison to the world. A difference that is only found in Christ and because of Christ. We are called to be saints. Romans 12:2 says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. You know, there came a point in my walk with God, after I walked with God lots of years, I'm going to say, I don't know, at least maybe 18 to 20 years or more, I'd walk with the Lord, that this issue of my thinking really became clear to me. I really began to see. I would pray for my wife, I'd pray for my children, pray for my country, pray for my church, pray for my job, you know. But you know, there came a day when I began to pray about my thinking. I began to pray, how did I arrive at this place to think like this? Where did that thinking come from? And that is a good question we can all ask, because in the transforming process of God wanting to make us different, if our thinking doesn't change, we will not be different. That's just the truth. We will never be different. We won't act different. We won't talk different. We won't pray different. We won't treat anybody else different until God renews our mind. That is where the process begins. And we have to become like David, where he prayed, unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. Unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. Only God can ultimately change the way we think in the deepest part of our innermost being. Proverbs says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Those deep thoughts in our heart control us. They control the way our actions, they control our likes, our dislikes, and only God has the power to change the way we think. And we need to pray about our thinking. So much of the time, in fact, I mean, this is true for all of us, true for me, you know. We roll through life like a snowball rolling down a hill, and we have You know how a snowball rolling down a hill, it picks up all the leaves and sticks and whatever's on the ground. There are ways of thinking that we have because we have rolled through life and life experiences, things that we've learned, people we've talked to, things that we've gone through. They have left lasting impressions in our thoughts. And we oftentimes don't even stop to think, are the thoughts that I have even my own, or are they even right? How did I arrive at this process of thinking? And that's where we need God. We lift our souls to the Lord and say, Lord, unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul, and begin to pray about God changing the way we think. I love the J.B. Phillips translation of this verse. He writes, don't let the world around you squeeze you into its own mold. Don't let the world around you squeeze you into its own mold. Think about the pressure, the cultural pressure that has come against the church of America, from the media to silence us, political pressure, cultural pressure, religious pressure, all these different economic pressures to just want to squeeze us into not being different. You just want to go with the flow and not make a wave. And that kind of thinking is the result of being squeezed into the mold that this world has tried to create for us. J.B. Phillips says, don't let the world around you squeeze you into its own mold, but let God remold your minds from within. Let God remold your minds from within, so that you may prove in practice that the plan of God for you is good, meets all his demands, and moves towards the goal of true maturity. So we are called to be different, and that difference is going to be the result of us having God change the way we think.